Good morning everyone and welcome to Live Bird TV. So today will be my first actual taster like when the season starts. I'm going to give you a sort of, for those that are new to what I do when Liverpool play, I'm going to give you an example of what's going to happen match day. So you're going to get a preview from me right now, and then before kick-off I'll spend 15 minutes with supporters. 15 minutes before the kick-off starts, I will go live talking about the team lineup, what I think of the game, what I think of my thoughts and feelings, and then I'll come on at half time. I know a lot of you are going to be at work. I'm currently off for 2 weeks, so it depends on how many's on there, but I will come on live at half time and give my thoughts as to how I've seen the game and how I think it's going. And then I'll come on for the last 15 minutes as well, so you'll get to see 45 minutes of videos for each match that comes on this season. So today, Liverpool visit Leipzig, and as I put in this preview, it's Germany's most hated football team. And the reason why they're the most hated football team in Germany is because they're the only club that is owned by a franchise, which is Red Bull, which makes them like the enemy to all of the other federations, all the other German football teams that are fan-owned. So they are hated in Germany because I think they were third division, the Bundesliga. Well, it's Bundesliga 1 and 2. I think they were Liga 3, and since their Red Bull took over them, they've shot up into the top end of the Bundesliga. So yeah, they're not a very well liked side in Germany, which is probably the reason why Klopp wants to beat them, knowing Klopp being an old school romantic like he is. But I'm just going to read out this piece that I've decided to read out for this previews. Here we are. So Liverpool visit Red Bull Leipzig in their third friendly of pre-season this evening, with a much changed for the German club since their last meeting in 2021. So there's been a lot of changes since 2021. The Reds are in Germany and are preparing for their next outing of the summer, which pits them against Leipzig in their newly renovated Red Bull Arena. After defeat to Manchester United and victory over Crystal Palace in Asia, Jurgen Klopp will be looking to step up the intensity for his players against Bundesliga opposition. It will not be the first time Liverpool have met Leipzig, though it will only be the third time in the German club's relatively brief history. Back in 2021, the two sides were drawn against each other in the last 16 of the Champions League, when Liverpool was still in the throes of the COVID-19 pandemic. Both legs were held in the empty neutral venue of Budapest's Puskás Arena, owing to travel restrictions, with Liverpool running out 2-0 victors home and away. In the dugout for the Leipzig just over a year ago was Julian Nagelsmann, who has since departed for Bayern Munich, while 3 of the 13 players to start over 2 ties have since departed. Upamecano, Sabitzer has joined Nagelsmann in Munich, and Tyler Adams swapped Leipzig for Leeds this summer. Nordin Mukiele, subject of interest from Paris Saint-Germain, may be the next to leave. But despite those changes and going through 2 managers since the identity remains the same, after a failed experiment with Red Bull staple Jesse Marsch, who moved through New York, Salzburg and then on to the big gig at Leipzig, Domenico Tedesco, the former Schalke manager, was appointed his successor. Leipzig were 11th in the Bundesliga when Marsch was sacked in December by May, and had finished 4th, winning the DFB Pokal, the German equivalent of the FA Cup, along the way. From time to time, do you come up against different playing styles and tactics? Naby Keita, the former Leipzig midfielder, told Liverpool's official website in the build-up. Leipzig are the sort of team that likes to press high like we do. They don't like to let the opposition team play and have the ball. These are shared principles though. Liverpool and Leipzig, their connection strengthened by the links to the transfer market, with Keita joined by Ibrahim Konate last summer. It should be no surprise then that Tedesco took his charges to Austria for the pre-season training camp this summer too. They're scheduled overlapping with Thursday's opponents. Now I'm just going to have a little guess here, but when I play Football Manager, when you bid for a top player, sometimes their club can negotiate a deal and they'll say we want a friendly, because it's like a big way of getting extra revenue. So I wouldn't be surprised that if in the contract for Ibrahim Konate there was that same rule that Football Manager has. Football Manager is the most realistic football game there is on the planet, which is so identical to how day-to-day life is as a manager. And I guarantee the clause would have been in, I tell you what, we'll sell you Konate, but we want you to come to our new stadium for a pre-season friendly, because guess what, it will be packed to the rafters because Liverpool are coming. So you think of the revenue that Leipzig are going to make today out of selling out their stadium. I guarantee you that would have been in the exact same contract details as happens on Football Manager. So it says here, after a grueling week of training in Algen in Einstal, Leipzig took on English opposition on Saturday and won. Goals from Angelino, Forbzig and Mariba sealed a 3-1 victory over Southampton. Liverpool will be aware that this is their toughest test yet in pre-season. And I love how they're saying that, because we played Man United, arguably the toughest of their 5 friendlies, not including the Community Shield against Man City, but for that reason it stands to be the ideal preparation for the season to come. So it's going to be a tough game, as we knew anyway. It's in Leipzig's back garden, and more or less it means that they're going to be up for it. Liverpool's coming to town, and with that it brings extra pressure. So I don't know about the fitness of Darwin Núñez, but I really do hope he does play a part, and I hope he scores just to shut up. I mean, I've said this on previous videos. The amount of crap I have heard of people like Alex Cross on TalkSport, Man United daft, of course, saying, oh, he looks shocking. I mean, even the other day, I mean, I heard somebody say that they're tipping, who was it? Raheem Sterling to score more than Núñez, and I think there was another signing, Haaland will score more than him, this score more than... They've wrote him off. The media has actually wrote him off after 53 minutes of football. So I did predict he would score against Man City for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, today would be nice if he did break his duck, because obviously we want him to get off the mark. And it will happen. In a team as good as Liverpool, listen, you're going to get goals. A lot of people are not Divock Origi's biggest fan, but even he contributed. But I think Divock Origi's underrated, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the next minimum of 15 league goals for AC Milan this season, because Zlatan's out for 6 months, so they're going to need to play him. So it'll be him and Giroud, and I actually think Giroud and Origi's a good partnership. Don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I just think, you know, the flick-ons by Giroud, Origi chasing down the channels, that's the one to watch for this season anyway. But yeah, so really looking forward to today to watch the match. I was away with my kids for a couple of weeks. I haven't watched any pre-season matches yet. So today will be my first, which is why I'm going to bring you these videos. So I will see you 15 minutes before kick-off today. And then basically I'll be on at half-time, and 15 minutes after that. You'll never walk alone.